through the menu button. Casey?
All right, what we have on the on-screen menu is basically at any point it's connected to the torque indicator. The standard operating mode is called run mode. So when we power the data logger on, it goes through and displays its firmware version, some initial boot up information, and it automatically goes into run mode. In order to get into the rest of the menu or return to run mode at any time, we press the menu key right here. So when we press menu, we have 5 menu options. The first is run mode, of course, and that'll take us back where we just came from. We can arrow down to start new pile, and if we hit enter on the start new pile tab, we have a 3-digit character where we can input a unique number identification to a particular pile install. Okay. So we can name it whatever we want. We can call it pile number 499. So we can use the arrow keys to key in 499. We can hit enter. It will show that that is updated. When we return to run mode, it will keep that value and display it on the screen next to the torque. So if there's a particular install that we want to remember, we can use the start pile feature. After a single pile installation, the handheld device will remember number 499, and you'll have to manually update it to 500 and so forth. Going back to the menu, we can arrow down to view history. In the view history menu, if we select enter, it's going to show us some of the recent information stored in its memory. It's going to show us the date, the time, the maximum torque that that particular installation saw, along with any markers we may have input along the way. Okay. There's more detailed information available when we download the info to the PC, but on screen we can find that information.
Very good.
We hit the menu key, which is the back button, back to the main menu. We toggle down to setup, and we actually went over some of that in the link procedure. Mm-hmm. In the setup menu is the set date and time as well, so we can change the date, time, and the temperature units, the torque units, if we would rather have foot-pounds or Newton meters, if we would rather display Fahrenheit or Celsius. All of that can be changed in the setup menu. And then we can also go down to the indicator link function, which we covered when we established communication between the devices. So we hit the back or menu key again, and we have one additional menu option, which is GPS menu. We hit enter, and what we find is basically an option to force this thing to look for a GPS lock from the satellites. So wherever we're located, if we don't have GPS info, this is where you go to force it to hunt for the satellites. So we go to GPS, hit new lock, and it will start searching for satellites. When it finds them, it'll display lat and long information on screen. And we can hit menu again to get back out to run mode. So that is basically, in a nutshell, the function of the on-screen menu. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually real simple. It doesn't take long to get used to at all.
Very good.